Hello! It's been a while since I've done a video. There's Brutus. You see him? He loves us. Okay, so today I'd like to talk about something that is very confusing. It's not all black and white, even though some people think it is, and just upsets me in general. And it's a little touchy subject for everyone, especially with this dumb thing going on now. Not that it's really dumb, but people are going crazy. We are going to talk about racism. So, let's see. Let's start about like what racism is and how people feel. I'm not trying to offend anyone, but white people just don't understand unless they're being seen at by another perspective. I'm really sorry. I'm half white, and until I talk or until I'm polite or something like that, I get looks and stares like, I don't know, I'm either trash or I don't really know. Depending on where you're from. I mean, I'm from a military background. In the military, people literally look at you like you're a person. But in the real world, I've had friends that have been surprised that in the South we still fly the rebel flag, like the South will rise again or something. But let me explain what happens. Well, okay, so if you have personally said in your lifetime, I mean, I've had friends that have said this and kind of offended me a little bit, but I'm not going to say anything about it because it'd be a little mean. But if you know someone who would never date a black person because their parents wouldn't like it, because they would never be attracted to a black person, or just because in that general or anything like that, that is racism. They are racist. They may not think they are, but they are. And then they tell you, oh, but it's different. You're different. It's not. Or they just don't know what real racism is, because they just judge people on how they look first of all, which you shouldn't do, because makes no sense. I understand that you're like, you can hang out with black people, but you can't marry them. That makes no sense whatsoever. So, if you feel that way, your parents feel that way, or you're going to make your kids feel that way, I hope you know that it hurts us all. It really, really does, because I can't stand it when I hear that from other people. And then, let's see, there's a difference between racism and just not liking people's attitudes. Because I sure enough wouldn't date a ghetto thug. No matter if they're black, white, Asian, Indian, I don't care. I don't want a thug man with his pants hanging low and thinking that he's going to go shooting and selling drugs all day. Reason why, I mean, personally, I used to say that I'm not attracted to black guys, which isn't true. I'm attracted to people's personalities. If you're classy, if you're fun, if you have something going for you in your life, you're dedicated to something, committed, things like that. I mean, yeah, I'll date a black guy then. Wouldn't everyone? If he was making money, had a job, you'd probably date him too. Just because he's black don't mean anything. What's he gonna do? Kill you? No. What's people gonna do? Look at you? Probably, because they don't understand, because they're just stupid. I guess that was a little bit too much. So, I mean, you can ask anyone. I date pretty much any race in the entire world. And it's usually because they don't give me a reason not to. I mean, really. Let's see. I've dated white guys. I've dated a lot of white guys, and I'm just attracted to white guys, and I like really country things. And black people tend not to like country things. They think I'm crazy, and they think I'm weird. But white guys think I'm quirky a lot of the time. But, I mean, my boyfriend now, he's black and Korean. I don't care. We get to eat Korean food all the time together. I speak more Korean than he does. It doesn't really bother me. The thing that bothers me is if I was dating a black guy and they thought they were a thug and they wanted to go shoot people. And that would bother me, and I'd probably break up with my boyfriend now if he felt that way. But he doesn't, so I love him. What else about race? Oh, this whole Trayvon thing. Okay, let's talk about that. The reason okay, it has gotten to a big deal where it's too much of a big deal, but people getting all upset because we're focusing on it. The reason we're not focusing on other things is because they didn't get away. Everyone was looking for this man because it's not because okay, so if in Savannah, Georgia, or in Albemarle, North Carolina, or anywhere, if a white man came out and shot me because he thought I looked suspicious and then got away with it, yes, that would go in the news. If a gang of black guys went and raped a little white girl, no, that probably would not get in the news because the man that shot Trayvon had no motive. He just went out there and thought you looked suspicious. A gang of black guys trying to rape and molest little girls, they probably were planning this. But you don't just go outside and shoot people. No one does that. Not saying that only black people go into gangs and do that. But I'm really sorry if this is offending anyone. If this topic or this whole entire video is offending anyone. But I feel really strong about it. Because being black and white and being raised in the South, no one understands. I mean, first, some people... I've had the worst things. When people have found out my mom was white, they've asked me, are you adopted? Is she your stepmother? And then if I say no, they go, then why is she white? I mean, they don't get it. I've had people not believe that my cousins are my cousins. I've had people not believe. I mean, on my dad's side of the family, when me and my mom used to go over there, she's the lightest person. It doesn't bother her. And if you knew her, you would know that, I mean, none of this would bother her. She didn't care what people thought. That's why I'm here, because she didn't care. I don't really care what you think either, but you need to realize that the things you say or the things you act out, people notice. When I go on a bus and I get funny looks from certain people, they give me different looks when, one, in the North, they hear my country accent. Two, I say, please, thank you, ma'am, and yes, and sir. And three, just because I kind of have a white girl voice sometimes. And people start treating me differently after they know that. But at the same time, personally, as a mixed child, I don't like people to call me black or white. I like to be mixed. So I hate when people come to me and they're, you're such a white girl, Candace. Yes, I'm white. I'm white because my mom's white. I don't care if I'm black or white. I mean, yeah, people don't call me black much because I guess I just don't act like that. But you can't act a color. If you didn't know that, you cannot act a color. I don't wake up one day and say, oh, today I'm going to act green. You act really pink today, darling. I mean, that makes no sense. Well, how do black people act? Ghetto and thuggish, and white people act preppy and uptight and redneck? That makes no sense. There's very, very accomplished black people in the world. Do people not realize that? We're all accomplished. I mean, I've seen, and there's very accomplished people. And, I mean, talking about race, any other race in the entire world probably feels this way. Not all Asians want to be made fun of because of their eyes, or their laugh, or anything like that, or the way they talk. No one wants to be made fun of for the way they were born. I hate my hair being made fun of. I understand that black people go, oh, you got nice hair because you mix. But at the same time, white people tell me I need to brush my hair and fix it because it's not pretty. So, buddy, this is my grandmother's dog. I would just like to say, think before you act. Think before you say. No one should interpret you as a racist. And people probably don't think you're completely racist, but people might think it's offensive and not want to hang out with you all the time if they know that you have a problem and that you would never do that. I've had plenty of talks with some of my friends about how you just don't realize what black is. Maybe you just don't like ghetto people. I'm not a big ghetto fan. There's white ghetto people too. You know, there's Mexican ghetto people. There's Korean ghetto people. I mean, I just don't hang out with ghetto people because I'm not ghetto. I'm not I'm a little bit redneck sometimes, and I don't know how to explain it. I'm not thugging and living the hood life either, so I don't want to live the hood life with anyone else. Just like to put that out there. Keep it classy, people.